Hello, folks. It's another edition of Pink Sock Podcast. I am your host, Mike Usnick, and I am being joined, like usual, by my co-host, Tony Two Toes.
What's up, guys?
Matai. How you doing, brother?
What's up, everybody? No, not bad. How about you?
I'm all right. Just trying to make ends meet during this pandemic. Which speaking of...
You got to start turning tricks here for too long.
Which I am doing right now. Everybody that is listening, we are now on Patreon.
That's good.
You can go on patreon.com/official Mike Usnick. And if you go there, you have different tiers you can choose from. You can choose from a loyal Pink Sockatear level 1, which we will give you a shout out personally on this show to thank you for your support. Also, we have a level 2. Level 1 is $1. Level 2 is $5. You get a shout out from us, a personally typed out thank you from me and Tony if he's able to type it out.
Oh,
and first dibs on fan selected topics and questions for our guests on select episodes. And if you pay $10 a month, you get a shout out from us on Pink Sock Podcast for your ultimate support. You get VIP access to the backstage area. You'll be able to hang out with us for about 20 minutes before showtime. You'll even be able to come on the show and ask a question for our guest on select episodes and get to just talk with us. Give us somebody to talk to. And then I put a private one-on-one chat with me because I didn't know if you would be available, Tony. So you guys would at least get a one-on-one chat with me. Tony will be involved in some of them.
I'll be available a majority of the time.
All right. And then you get first dibs on select topics. So that's really exciting. And that's going to be a way for us it won't help us pay bills per se, because I don't expect people to just fork out money they don't have, but it would at least help us keep this going. It'll help us keep the professional look going. So how have you been holding up during this thing? I know you're getting a new job.
Yeah, I'm moving on. I'm going to go start working for Cabela's, I think.
Awesome. So this is kind of a segue into this. I did a poll. We don't know when yet, but I did a poll to see when we're going to be doing Pink Sock Podcast, because I don't want to do it without you.
Right.
Because you've been a big part of it lately. I know you're not part of every episode, but you've tried to be a part of every episode. Mm-hmm. So I decided to move Pink Sock Podcast, and we're moving it. Our new home will be live Mondays at noon Eastern Standard Time on the YouTubes.
You know, I started to think about that because they told me that I'll probably end up working like 4 10s a week. And then possibly because of how busy it's getting and they're understaffed, I could work 5 10s a week. So either I'm going to be working Tuesday through Saturday or Wednesday through Sunday. So Monday's pretty safe.
Okay, that's good. I actually decided I'm glad that everyone chose Monday, because I've got things I do Sundays at noon. And that's why we kind of chose not to do it on Tuesdays, because I had conflicting schedules with other podcasts that I watch and that I'd like to be a part of to help spread the news. And I would like to give, even though they're not our Patreons yet, I would like to give a special shout out to some of the people in the chat. I would like to say thank you for stopping by. Thank you, Jackie. You've always been a support for me. Thank you, Kanak. You've always been a support for us. Funky has been on every single episode since the fucking beginning.
Yeah, she likes hearing my laugh.
Oh, by the way, can you laugh for her?
Oh, you got to earn that.
And then Jackie with the hearts, and then I think her name's Sheena. Shayna? Sheena is a punk rocker now. But today we're just going to sit back and we're letting our crowd choose the topics today, which I collected a few questions and a few topics, and we will keep our eye on the chat to do such as well.
Yeah, sure.
One of the things that was asked to us, he asked a few questions. We're going to get back to him on and off. Ashley Grant, who is one of our best guests we've had yet, asked us what we think the future of live music would look like after this pandemic or after it is safe.
Do
you think it'll go back to normal or will things change?
It's not going to go back to normal for a while. I don't think it will.
I'd say at least 3 years. We'll get concerts, but they won't be the same.
Well, I mean, there's wind out there going around that's saying people was thinking about making masks like mandatory if you want to go to shows. Because, like, let's be honest, we can have shows all we want to, but the social distancing thing is definitely going to be an issue.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where that's going to come into play, really.
So how are you going to enforce that in a stadium?
Here's the thing. Like, remember when we were talking about that Lamb of God Megadeth tour that was supposed to happen, but we got screwed out of that too?
Mosh pits.
Dude, as soon as Redneck starts playing, that social distancing shit goes out the window.
That and, like, how would you social distance, or how would you, like, the mask would fly off during a mosh pit? And I know
and here's the thing, like, they were talking about, like, doing the social distancing thing, like marking off seats, like what seats are available for the tickets that they're selling. But, like, what are they going to do for the pit? Or, like, if you're at Burgettstown at Star Lake, whatever they're calling that place now, what are you going to do for the hill?
Right?
Like, you can't, like, I don't know.
Unless they put temporary, like, seats, like, planted into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, like, I don't think concerts will go back to normal. I don't want to be negative, but I don't think they're going to go back to normal if they do for about 3 or 4 years, because it usually takes about 2 years to get out of a pandemic. Most of them we've had.
Yeah.
This
one's even worse.
We declare it safe after a year, but we don't go back to normal during a major pandemic. The Spanish flu, we weren't completely out of it for 2 years.
Well, I mean, honestly, I think the faster we get that vaccine, the faster everything will go back to normal. Until then, it's just going to be one shit show after another.
Well, like, I've read arguments, and I get the arguments. We're not worried about people like you and me. We're worried about the older people.
Yeah.
Because this virus does have a pretty large survival rate right now.
True.
But I'm worried about the older people. Or the people that are, like, have immunity problems.
Yeah.
Because, quite frankly, that's a large portion of our population.
Yeah, and that's one of the main reasons why I chose to move on for another job, is because, like, I transport people with mentally handicapped issues. So they're predisposed to this whole pandemic, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that job is going to go back to normal for a very long time. And I can't keep working 10, 20 hours a week. So I'm just seeing the writing on the wall. I'm just going to move on.
Well, you might think this is a bad idea, but due to 9 times out of 10 flexible hours, and that's something I'm looking for, I might get back into fast food temporarily.
Dude, a job's a job. Money spends all the same.
During this pandemic, I might, like, work at a McDonald's or something, because they have flexible hours. Every fast food place I've worked at, it sucks, but they work around a schedule.
Yeah.
So
you can go work at Taco Bell and work, like, the late shift and be open till, like, 3 a.m.
It's weird because the reason why I think I didn't really get a call back from my job is because I was asking for 2 to 10s, 3 to 11s, because I don't want to. The way that job worked is I didn't get home till 6 a.m. I wouldn't want to do this.
No,
because I don't sleep till 8 or 9.
Yeah,
and I don't want to give up my dream.
Oh, I totally understand. I don't either, but I'm trying to adapt the best way I know.
Funky has a really good point. People are trying so hard to get out of it, but they don't want to take the necessary steps to get out of it. They just want to jump in and go back to normal instead of doing what it takes to get back to normal faster.
Dude, you know what bothers me though? It's like, okay, wearing a mask doesn't necessarily keep you from getting it, but it slows it down really good. So like, I honestly can't understand why people can't just be like, all right, I'll just wear a mask. I don't have it, but I'm going to wear it anyways because I care about my other people, you know?
How does wearing a mask and rights go hand in hand? That don't make sense to me.
I thought people would be stoked to walk around looking like they're about to rob a bank, but apparently I'm wrong.
Right? Like I don't get it. Like that's right. People are like, fuck it, I'm going out without a mask, and they really should at least wear one. Like it's not that hard. I'm not trying to push views onto people, but if people were like, well, the doctors are trying to silence us, you can still talk with a mask on.
Mm-hmm.
And did you see that video? It was this woman. She's African descent, I believe. She's standing at these courthouse steps saying about how coronavirus, blah, 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 blah. I looked deeper into her, and she believes that STDs are caused by sex dreams with demons. So I don't know if I believe what she has to say.
I don't believe most religious people anyways. And that just takes a cake. That's like the spaghetti monster shit that's going around.
Ashley had another question that kind of goes hand in hand with the last one.
What?
When live music returns, let's say it returns too early. Let's say it returns in a couple months. Would you feel safe returning to gigs right away? Or would you wait?
Because I know my immune system is like top notch, I'd probably be fine. That, and I'm not an idiot, so I'd stay as clear away from people as I possibly could and still enjoy the show. And I would wear my mask because I'm not an idiot. But
well, I'm kind of nervous.
I mean,
about
it's everybody else that's involved that's the issue. You know what I mean?
The reason why I took a break from work and stuff is because I got nervous for my family. It wasn't for me per se. My dad's a cancer survivor, but he's out and about, so that's why I'm kind of wanting to go back to work. But the fact of the matter is, though, is I'm also asthmatic. Any upper respiratory illness has me a little nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Because
the same people out there bitching and complaining about wearing a mask are the same people that were worried the government was going to mysteriously show up and take all their guns. Trust me, they ain't got the time to do that.
They're also the same people that don't want tyranny, but they're ignoring protesters being taken off the streets by armed militia.
Yeah.
Funky said yesterday she went out with a mask and gloves. Everyone thought she was crazy for doing so. Like, where are your minds, people? Funky, I kind of get what you're saying, but gloves, I would prefer people not to wear gloves because sanitizing and washing your hands does just as well because you're touching your face possibly with the gloves on anyway.
I mean, either way.
And Kanak's like, funny question, Funky, they don't have minds. I like how we're not that worried about going political or talking about this nowadays because the right supporters will find their way.
You know what? If people disagree with the points that are on this show, I don't care.
Well, the fact is I'm not trying to push views on anyone. I'm just telling people how I feel.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, this is all opinions anyways. Everybody can have one.
Right. Now the next question is by Hannah. She's a really good supporter too. She's not able to make it live to the shows, but she's a very good supporter. She's on my live stream, Instagram. I do all the time. What do you enjoy most about live music? Another live music question, like performing or in the crowd. You can do both or either or.
In the crowd, I would say just that physical release, like you be able to relax and you're comfortable in your own zone. Like it's completely taking you away from all the bullshit going on. And it's great. Yeah, I think it's awesome. Playing live, that's the most comfortable I feel in any situation. Like, so
you feel more comfortable on stage than off then?
I do. But that's just because I'm I'm a musician. So like I feel like me going to a show is almost like a football player showing up to watch an NFL game in full pads standing in the stadium, be like, I'm ready to go.
So my thought is would it be, since guys did do a lot of shows, when you go to a concert, is that like a vacation for you?
Yeah, it is kind of
Oh, look who's here, Hannah.
cool.
But yeah, I love live music, as you know. I go to a lot of concerts, and the
Mhm.
reasoning why is because I have anxiety and depression and stuff. I'll touch base on that in a video in the future on YouTube, probably released today or tomorrow. But it takes my mind off of the depression and shit because I am around like-minded people,
Yeah, you're
and
like family.
I'm not afraid to be myself. You can be fucking crazy and shit at a show. I can wear my kilt to a show. I can wear fucking pajamas if I want to. Nobody's going to judge me. And if they do, fuck them, because the rest
Yeah.
of the crowd ain't.
Yeah, dude. Like, and like, going to a show is like being around a bunch of family too. Because, like, for
Mhm.
instance, like I'll wear a Pantera shirt. Do you know how many people I will meet before I get to the front door that love me just because I wear that shirt?
Right. Also, if you
Like,
go to as many concerts as like somebody like me, or you kind of go to a lot of shows too,
yeah,
you run into the same people at every show.
just about.
The same group of people, and you end up forming a bond. It's not just going to a show and running into strangers at that point. You end up running into people that, like, hey, like, you're 2 hours away from home, but you're running into somebody you usually see only 40 minutes from home because you both love going to shows.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so fucking awesome, and I love it. Now, you want to get a little off topic. I don't know why Ashley asked this. He asked he asked 2 music related questions. What's your favorite cheese?
Definitely not Limburger.
Do you like blue
I don't
cheese?
know.
Are you a blue cheese guy?
No, that's
Not
like
at all.
that's like eating mold.
I enjoy it.
Doesn't surprise me none.
Gorgonzola cheese is good on pasta and stuff.
I don't know. I'm a simple person. I like mozzarella or like pepper jack.
I'm weird. I love all types of cheese. There's this cheese though that I wouldn't try. It is blue cheese, but it's so blue there's maggots in it.
Like I said, it's just mold.
Would you be able to eat a live animal? Speaking of,
What? What do you mean live animal?
there's some cultures that eat animals alive, like sea animals and stuff. Like they'll eat fish and like shit live.
No, I'm not into that.
I couldn't. It has to be dead. I whenever I get a steak, I just forget that it was once alive. Like,
Yeah, blue cheese is gross.
Kanak likes cheddar.
No, cheddar's not bad.
Sheena said the sweet release. That's kind of weird to say on the Pink Sock show, but the sweet
release.
I think it's meant as a concert. Hannah says most gigs I've been to, I've gone alone, and I've made friends with total strangers. One even gave me a backstage pass. I'm weird about going to shows alone sometimes because I have social anxiety, so it takes me a little while at the shows to come out of my shell.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to go with somebody and then open up.
Yeah, there's like really great people at shows, but every once in a while you'll run into that one dude.
What is herbal cheese?
Herbal cheese? I don't know.
What the hell's herbal cheese? Yeah, you sometimes run into the one judgmental dude, like the elitist.
Herbal cheese, is that like cheese with pot in it, or
Or is it like, does it have like thyme? Like, is it made from thyme? Yes, Connect. There is a blue cheese. What it is they leave this cheese out and it molds.
yeah, it's disgusting. Only people that are psychopaths eat that shit.
What is extra mature cheddar? Is that
cheddar your grandma has in her cooler?
Is extra mature cheddar like cheddar blue cheese? That's extra.
It's like cheddar, but it's Silver Fox brand.
Oh, look who it is. One of our big supporters, Maskai. Mozzarella cheese.
Oh, Funky said that cheese is made out of grass.
What?
You know what? Fuck it, I'd try it.
I would
At least
try.
once.
I
At
would
least
try.
once.
I would try it, but that's weird. Is there any milk in it? Like, is it just grass?
Felicia tried getting me to eat goat cheese before.
That's weird. That's fucking weird.
It was part of that diet that I was trying out. And I don't like it.
Guys, hit the like button and subscribe to us.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I kind of took the banner away because of this, but go to our official Patreon. Go support us. It's a rough time right now. So go support us.
Like borderline outside turning tricks.
I've been doing the dick airplane spin outside of a Little Caesars.
People pay me to put my clothes back on.
That's good. So, question.
Answer.
How awesome of a show would it be if Black Sabbath and Megadeth toured together?
I think they have.
But like now. But like if Ozzy was in better shape.
That'd be great. But Ozzy's pretty much dying, isn't he?
No, they've been saying that for 20 years. Okay, the extra mature cheddar is the strength of flavor. You can get mild, mature, and extra mature. So they should call the mild just premature. They should.
You try that extra mature cheddar, and it'll just knock your socks off with some mac and cheese, man.
That would be fucking good. Not surprised you actually believed in that. It's just cheese and herbal. That's all I know. Oh, I'll have to look it up. Because it sounds good. I'd try it.
Yeah, why not?
Fuck it. I had cheese. My mom went to Amish country yesterday, and she brought home bacon cheese, like bacon cheese curds and ranch cheese curds. Oh my god, it's so fucking good.
Please don't jizz while you're on camera.
You can't tell. You can only see me from here down. You only know me from the nipples down. I could be wearing a belly shirt, all you know. So Funky wants to know a little bit more about us. She was the next thing we had to talk about. She wants us to just ramble on about ourselves, childhood memories, adventures from school days, and just random facts about ourselves that the listeners may not know. Let's start with childhood memories. What's your earliest childhood memory?
Childhood memories?
The earliest you
got. Probably going and riding on the back of the motorcycle with my dad.
Yours is a little yours is a little less fucked up than my earliest memory. It is me we're talking about.
Where did your uncle touch you?
Oh no, that's not my earliest memory. That's one of them though. Oh no. No, one of my earliest memories, I got two of them. One of them's kind of fucked up. I used to run around naked all the time, and I used to swing on my neighbor's swing set when my parents weren't home. Butt ass naked.
Why does that not surprise me? You probably do that to this day.
My neighbors don't have a swing. Another early memory I had was my brother got a motorcycle. And it had no brakes. But what we did was we got on it, and the motor didn't work. We got on it, we used it as a sled, and our brakes was our trailer. We just fucking run into it.
Jesus Christ.
I would like to take a little break from this for a second because Kanak, I would like to say thank you. He said, since we're on the topic of anxiety, I want to say that I'm proud of the journey Mike Usnick is making with his mental health and the fact that he's vocal about it. Much strength and love to you, brother. It's hard to admit that I have anxiety and depression. I'm sure you do too, Tony.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to come out and admit it, especially when you're as wild and crazy as me, because I've had so many people leave my life because they wanted the funny guy, and once shit got serious or I got normal, I got boring, and they just fucking left. So I'm trying to get more comfortable with myself.
This pandemic has not helped.
No, that's why I started this podcast. And I'd love to keep it going because it really helps with keeping me more open-minded and more out there and keeping,
Herbal cheese tastes like air.
It has no taste.
Then why eat it? That just sounds like eating cheese, but with extra steps, and it's not worth it.
Here's something weird. This guy by the name of Brooke, he was on Funky show, Funky TV. It's Funky Kanak and Becca's show. He remembers being born.
I don't know if I'd want to remember that.
And it's a lot of people would call bullshit, but I don't, because that is a rare phenomenon. There are people that remember the process of being born, and that's their earliest memory.
Well, like the whole white light doctor grabbing you type memory?
Yeah,
or
like you remember, all you see is they remember coming out of the womb.
I'd rather not remember that, thanks.
It's actually scientifically impossible, but it is a known phenomenon to happen in very rare cases.
Dude, I'll tell you this right now. There's a lot of stuff that I absolutely do not remember before the age of 5.
Well, doctors claim that people don't remember anything until the age of like 4.5 and 5.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that scientists can't explain that have happened. And that's one of them. There's some people that remember being born. Hannah remembers her mom feeding her ice cream in a push chair. One of my earliest memories. No, I was watching this comedian, and he said one of his earliest memories was his first memory ever. I think it was Louis C.K. One of his first memories ever was he was mid shit. And he's like, it must have been so good that he came to. Funky says that she's also proud of me. I'm proud of Tony for doing this too, because I didn't think Tony would do it.
That'd keep you going somehow.
Right? I can't sit around depressed all day. Okay. Tastes like air. When did you taste air? What is air?
Like you breathe, don't you?
No. What kind of air, though? Is it like New York air? Is it like...
Well, it's definitely not Nike Air.
God, that takes me back to that conversation with Ashley about eating slippers. Kanak remembers being born too. We need to have him on and talk about him being born.
Yeah.
Okay, Kanak wants to know, and then we're going to go to our adventures in our school days. He wants to know, do you believe reincarnation is possible, if it's a possible thing?
I'm open to the idea.
With religion and like beliefs like that, I believe there are things that go against science. I'm not going to be like a crazy conspiratist about it, but there are certain things that like scientists can't explain about
like
life.
Frogs being gay.
not that, but there's so much in this world that can't be proven or disproven. So I just leave it at that. I don't really it is what it is. So do you have any really cool stories from when you were a kid, like in school?
Any cool stories?
Yeah, any good school day story? We all had crazy times as kids.
I have to really think about that. You put me on the spot. I've done so much crazy stuff, man.
I can start.
Go for it.
You know how in school everybody talks about a food fight, but it never happens.
Yeah.
It happened. I was in middle school and it was 8th grade, and we had a full-blown food fight, hiding behind, like, we set up tables and hid behind them and shit, throwing food. And the principal came into the room and a mashed potato hit him in the face. and he couldn't calm down the fucking food fight. And one of the kids jumped up on a table and yelled, "I challenge you to Mortal Kombat." It was fucking nuts. It was batshit insane. They were threatening to cancel our 8th grade graduation. Well, fast forward, senior year, there was word going around that we're doing it again. And the principal put a stop to that quick. He said, if we do it, we are not graduating. I'm like, wow. Wow.
I remember going to school one day and they were talking about doing that BMI. Did they ever do that to you guys in school?
Is that like, what's a
body mass index where they check and see how morbidly obese everybody is when that was a thing?
Yeah, I remember that. I'm sorry if my brain freezes occasionally on here because I literally didn't get much sleep last night. So,
well, I totally disagreed with that because, like, let's face it, man. Like, that was totally uncalled for to make sure, like, oh, well, let's see how many fat kids there are so we could change all the food. I staged a boycott, a school-wide boycott.
Oh, fuck.
We all refused to do it, so they just couldn't do the tests. The state got mad.
Speaking of obesity and being heavyweight, I have nothing against people that are heavyweight. Do you. I don't judge people, but this is a funny fucking story. And the kid put himself in the situation, so fuck it, I can tell the story. We was in gym class, and we had this kid who was heavy. Mm-hmm. And he decided one day to wear a bra to gym class. And when we went into the showers, which I think is weird, kids shower together in gym class. I always thought that was odd. But we had this kid, and he took off his shirt, and he was wearing a bra. And the gym teacher was like, "Hey, you, come here." He's like, "Take the bra off." And he's like, "I need your help." And the gym teacher had to help him take the fucking bra off. And he walked him. Now, the gym was a pretty hefty walk from the gym to the principal's office. So he had to walk holding a bra because the gym class was right outside the gym class was our cafeteria. So he had to walk outside of the gym class, through our cafeteria, through a fucking hallway where everybody was waiting to see the principal, into the office, and back to the principal's office. Oh shit. The BMI makes no sense because I never understood like people saying, well, this is the normal weight for this height, because in my opinion, and even doctors would agree, everyone's body is different. And for one person, what's overweight for the next person is not. Their body's just that way.
Dude, the Army was telling me that I had to weigh like 165 pounds. And I straight looked at the recruiter. I was like, dude, if I weigh that, I'm going to look like I'm a crackhead.
Right.
Like straight up.
Hannah's right, and she's right. It's even about men too. Is BMI for women and men is a load of crap because you can be muscular, not fat, and the chart will say that you're obese.
Yeah, dude, I was overweight when I joined the Army because of how much muscle I had at the time. Mm-hmm. Then they had to do the tape test, so they'd tape my waist and my neck and do that whole bit. So like I would have to do that all the time because I would never make weight.
Right? Like, I don't get it. I was actually underweight for the longest time, and now I'm considered overweight. I'm 180 pounds. I'm supposed to be 170 or something like that, 165.
Who's the poor guy, me or you?
Anybody listening to this? No, I think she's talking about the guy with the bra.
Oh.
And I was like, dude, that's horrible.
I would have paid to see that.
It was great. Another day, this kid, before gym class, he popped 2 Viagra and he put on girl shorty shorts. And this gentleman was well endowed.
He was packing heat.
So we had to run laps in gym class, and he had like the Tommy Lee dick. He was running, and these gym shorts just looked like a thong at one point. Like it was, and I'm like, what the fuck? And the gym teacher's way of punishing people was make them do push-ups. And he called him to his office or whatever, and we all went to take a shower, and he's like, all right, do your push-ups. He's like, I can't. He's like, I can't do the push-ups.
That's horrible.
I love Maskai because she's a big supporter, and she barely. I think she speaks some English, but she has issues with it. And yeah, and Kanak just post away where today is fan day. Yeah, my school was crazy, so that's kind of why I ended up fucked up.
Like, explains a lot. It really does.
We had this mentally challenged kid one year. He was rapping, which I thought was cool. You're helping out, those and with issues and stuff.
Right.
But he was like a big John Cena fan. He loved rap. He went up there and started talking about fucking his bitches. And this was middle school. I think middle school or like junior high school. He started talking about fucking his bitches and blah blah blah, and was like rapping and shit. And God bless him. He got so excited you could barely understand him. And the principal was taking him off stage to get him to stop. And he's like, "Fuck you, I'm John Cena." And he was like cussing out the principal. And it was awesome. Like, he should have won. He didn't. But he should have won.
That's amazing.
Well, he got into a fight with another kid who wasn't mentally challenged. He just had, I think, Asperger's or something. But he had this kid in an arm bar on top of a lunch table, and he was calling him the R word, like yelling it at him. He's like, "You are," and I'm like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah, that wouldn't fly in today's world.
No, but he was mentally would that be offensive to who? If he's the one saying, wouldn't that be like the N-word whenever black people rap it?
Sorta, I guess. I don't know. That's a really touchy subject.
Right? I think if you personally find a word offensive, each person's different. I think if you personally want to claim that you find a word offensive, don't say it yourself.
Fair enough.
Like, I get it. There are white people that say it because they grew up in like a black neighborhood, and they're just used to saying it to their black friends. There's some people that don't say it as a racial way. I think it's the context of the word. But the fact is if us as a society collectively want to say that this word is offensive no matter what, then nobody can say it.
Pretty much.
Without being censored. That's the only complaint I've ever had. Like, I understand you say it with an A, it's okay for certain people. The ER is bad, but if you yourself find something offensive, you wouldn't say it at all. At all.
I mean, that's a fair argument.
Do you think people's careers, though, should be ruined because they made one fuck up and they said something like wrong? Or do you think they should be given a second chance?
So on that, like, I believe everybody should get a second chance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even Mel Gibson. But I have a problem with how people get mad when someone says something maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, but now it's a problem.
Yeah.
It's like Jim Jeffries was saying. He's like, "Dude, I made the joke like 10 years ago, and it was okay then because I didn't cross the line back then. Now the line has been moved, and now you guys are mad. And I don't go and say those jokes anymore, but you guys are mad because I said that back then when the line wasn't that far."
I understand the argument. I really do. People should not be crucified for words. Now, if somebody, let's say, raped somebody 10 years ago, then yes, they should be in trouble for it.
Yeah, but that's totally different.
But for words, people mature, people change. That's like Sean Dotson's getting in trouble right now, the YouTuber,
Mm-hmm.
because he made a comment on a podcast 12 years ago. And this podcast was very offensive. He just made fucked up jokes. That's all they were, was just fucked up jokes. And the comment he made was, he was on Instagram and somebody liked one of his posts. And it was this, I think he said like a 12-year-old girl who was wearing a lot of makeup. And he made the comment that that her parents shouldn't allow her to wear this makeup because they're making their child fuckable. And he also said that, like, he made a joke. He came out and said, no, I'm joking. He said that he would have fucked that child. And it's a fucked up joke. It is. You shouldn't have said it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't automatically mean he would do it.
Right.
That's like George Carlin would make fucked up jokes all the time. And he, as far as I know, he's not done anything. Okay. Kanak has a story. We have a story time with Kanak. He only gave us one part. I think he's typing a second part. I'll just start reading it now. So I was in Germany staying at a dormitory. The bathroom situation there was 5 people could shower at once. Like, there was a huge common bathroom, and I was once taking a shower, hoping no one.
That sounds like a party.
I was always weird with showering with other dudes. I don't know why. It could have been my self-confidence. I don't know.
Oh, here's the second part.
Here's the second part. Hoping no one comes. Walks in a naked, overweight dude. And I look at him awkwardly. He looks at me and winks, points at his dick and says, "How do you like that?"
That sounds like something Dave would do.
I got a funny story that I heard.
Like, I used to walk through the house, like, if the kids weren't here, I would get out of the shower and walk through the house naked, and Valicia would be in the kitchen or something. Be like, "Hey, if you see something you like, speak up."
I heard a funny story similar to like that. It was on that metal show. It was Sebastian Bach. He said that he was standing at a urinal peeing, and Phil Anselmo came behind him and stood at the urinal next to him. Mm-hmm. And Sebastian happened to catch a glance at Phil's dick. And he was like, "Holy shit, what do you feed that thing?" And Phil replied without missing a beat, "You should see my dad's."
That's great.
Look, what the fuck? I feel sorry for Connect too.
I remember walking through the mall. This is in South Dakota. This is a good story. I was walking through the mall in South Dakota with my Uncle Randy and his kid Hunter at the time. Mm-hmm. And there's this group of hot chicks walking by. And I don't know if they choreographed this shit prior to this, but mm-hmm. without missing a lick, as soon as these ladies were close enough and in earshot, mm-hmm. Hunter looks up at my uncle and he goes, "Hey, Dad, why do you have such a huge penis?" And then my Uncle Randy just like, he's like, "You get $1. That was good."
That's great. We worked for it.
Yeah.
We got the ant laugh.
You earned it.
You have earned it. So back on the topic that Funky wanted. What hobbies do you have outside of, we know you play guitar and stuff. Do you have any other enjoyments that you like to do on your free time?
Other than playing video games and riding motorcycles and
horses? Yeah,
horses is fun, man. That's a pretty good exercise. Like, you can, it's a great release. You can go out and be in the wilderness and just have fun. It's like mm-hmm. old cowboy shit. That's what we call it.
This is weird, but I've never rode on a horse, but I have rode on a camel.
But you've been ridden by a horse.
That's neither here nor there. You got to make money somehow.
I mean, that's probably why you shit pancakes now. It's all good.
I need to get a hold of Rocky. We need to do this tattoo.
The tattoo with you and 8 wieners in your mouth.
Right? Oh, Kanak would like to know a little bit more about the band that you're in. Is that a touchy subject right now?
No, I don't. No.
Okay. Because I know you've got issues with your own life going on right now when it comes to that.
No. What do you want to know, really?
I think he wants to know like genre, what you play,
Oh, the genre we play.
name of the band.
That's Psalms of Silence is the name of the band, and we've struggled trying to put a pin on it, like what genre we play, because you've listened to our stuff. Yeah. I can't tell from one day to the next if it's going to be if we're a thrash band, or if it's death metal, or like melodic death metal, or like we've done some stuff that sounds like Mastodon before, which is funny because there is a guy at a local show that says we were a poor Mastodon ripoff band. I'm like, I mean, I'll take that, but I don't really think you listen to what we jam.
I don't hear it. What I normally classify you guys as whenever I talk about it is melodic Viking death metal.
Hey, did Dave ever get a hold of you to send off that stuff finally?
Nope.
Shoot him the address because he's had the stuff.
Okay, because I shot the address to him once before. I shot it to both of you guys.
Did you? Okay, then yeah, he's supposed to have mailed it off already. So
all right. Oh, by the way, since it is trending, what's your thoughts on this whole Ellen DeGeneres situation?
I didn't know there was one.
Apparently, now this goes back to kind of the jokes and shit. A lot of the times comedians that are like fucked up comedians don't have scandals. It's normally the ones that are like put in a positive light or family. And I'm going to go into this next topic. Ellen DeGeneres apparently is under investigation right now because she bullies her staff. And she's had so many people quit that they all are making accusations against her. And she's close to just quitting the show altogether.
I mean, if it's true, then I mean, you get what you deserve, I guess.
We'll just see how things pan out. I mean, I'm not one to say one way or another until it's proven.
I thought it was going to be like another Martha Stewart situation.
That woman, man, she's tough. So what games do you play? You play COD or
Call of Duty? Yeah, I play Call of Duty. I play the new Call of Duty though. Warzone. I play Warzone a lot. No, Fortnite is trash. It is not a good game. It's a waste of money.
I got it on my PlayStation just so I can see what it's all about because I hear about it all the time.
It's dumb as shit.
I couldn't figure it out. I don't know what you got to do. Is it like Minecraft meets Call of Duty? Like, what is it?
It's you ever heard of PUBG?
No.
It's kind of like that, but
it's weird. Like I thought it was a shooting game, and then it told me to build, and I just quit playing because I didn't know what I was doing.
It's like a little bit of everything, but there's like absolutely no structure to it. At least I don't think there is. But currently, I've been playing Death Stranding. I just started that game last night. It's a fucking great game, by the way.
Nice.
If you can get past the fact that for like the first 30 hours of gameplay, it's like an overglorified walking simulator, but it's not bad.
So, with games, I play Call of Duty, but I play a various shit. Hannah plays some click games like Dungeon Keeper and Theme.
Oh, you want to talk about point and click games, man? My favorite one was StarCraft.
That was a good one. What was the name of that one, that really old one they used to have where it took place? I forget how it took place, but there's like 70,000 like alternate endings and shit to it. I forget what the name of it was. You are right. Warzone is awesome. I've never played Warzone yet.
Oh, it's good. It's free too.
It is, but multiplayer you got to pay for, don't you?
Yeah, but Warzone is. Warzone for the vast majority of it's multiplayer. Like you could be on teams and stuff.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that because I had a friend.
If you wanted to play Warzone, me and you could be on like a. I think there's a 2-man team, But I know there's a 3-man team and a 4, but I'm not sure if there's a 2. There might be.
Kanak wants to know if it's weird for us that he's a CS engineer, but he doesn't play video games.
That's not weird.
That's not weird because that's kind of like doing work if you play video games.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people that have a certain job, but they don't do anything related to that job outside of it.
That would be like you in a band. Let's say you guys are a touring band.
Mm-hmm.
That would be like you playing music for fun, even though you get paid for it.
Yeah.
Like it'd be the same thing. It'd be like me being a chef coming home and having to cook. You don't want to do it.
That's like I drive for a living currently. So like when I come home, I'd rather not have to drive anywhere.
Right. Have you played Monkey Island?
No. Mm-mm.
Buddy of mine was playing it a few days ago. Actually, it's funny that Hannah should say that. It's a really cool game.
Dude, Funky's comment about Death Stranding. She wants to play it because of Norman Reedus. I'll tell you this right now. That game has no shame in like self-promotion because like they promote in the game while you're playing it. They'll have like stuff come up about his TV show ride. They promote Monster energy drinks and everything. What? All right, yeah.
I'm not very good at Call of Duty games, but I just started playing. Which one was it? The one that was free, World War II. World War II.
Dude, Funky says she goes all the way back to Call of Duty too. I'll tell you what, I go all the way back. I've played every single one of them, and I've also played Medal of Honor, which I think should make a comeback, but I don't think it will.
You used to play Super Mario back in the day. My favorite game of all time.
That's OG stuff.
Super Mario 64 is one of my favorite games of all time.
Zelda is mine.
Ocarina of Time.
I love everything about that whole franchise.
Ocarina of Time is my favorite. It's up there. Banjo and Kazooie is another good one. Those old school platformers.
Mm-hmm.
I also really like Jack and Daxter. Oh, yeah. Disney ripped it off when they made Pirates of the Caribbean.
The Monkey Island thing? Or
yeah, Monkey Island is similar to Pirates of the Caribbean. If I'm not mistaken, though, I do believe Pirates of the Caribbean is based off a book. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Did you know that the original guy that was planned to cast Captain Jack Sparrow was Jim Carrey?
I don't think that would have worked.
There wouldn't be this many movies. There would not have been this many movies.
Mm-mm. I think it's about time to wrap it up, buddy. I got to go to a birthday party.
All right, you're good, buddy. I'll just do a couple things here before we go. Guys, that we are going live on Mondays. We will let you guys know as soon as we know, but that will be our new time slot once we find out. You can also become our official Patreon at patreon.com/official Mike Usnick. Now, the prices are a little subject to change, and we might add more to them to each level as time progresses. We will keep the $1 tier, though. Each tier, you've got tier 1, which is $1. You get a big shout out from us at Pink Sock Podcast, and a thank you for being a loyal Patreon, which is awesome. Yes, Funky. I got random facts, but yeah, we just get a shout out from us, which we thank you for spending your hard-earned money on us. We got a $5 tier, which will get you a shout out from us as well. We will also type out a personal thank you letter from me and Tony. It will be sent directly to your email. So send us your emails. And then you get first dibs on the topics. We will take topics from other people that aren't our Patreons, but we might not be able to get to them. So that's a way for you to get first dibs. Also, $10, which is the ultimate Pink Sockateer package. It's $10 a month. You get a shout out from us. You get VIP access to our backstage area. We will bring you on before the show. We will talk to you a little bit. Or if you're not able to show up before the show, we will bring you on a show that does not have a guest. And we will bring you on select shows with a guest to talk to us and the guest and ask questions. The reason why it's select episodes is because some people are on restricted time frames, and we can't really do it. And then you get first dibs on the topics. So become our official Patreon. We appreciate all of the support.
Definitely.
Thank you, Kanak, for that. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. We appreciate you guys. And thank you so much. We love you guys. We'll see you again next week. Live
Love
long.
you guys.
Live long. Rock hard. We love you guys. You guys have a lovely rest of your day and a lovely rest of your week.